In this video, I'm going to break down how creator businesses can figure out why people aren't buying. This is one of the trickiest challenges creators face when growing their business. I'll show you what metrics to watch, how to track them, and most importantly, how to use those metrics to grow your business. I'm Keith Perhack, founder and CEO of SegMetrics. I've spent 10 years building one of the best marketing analytics tools out there. And before that, I spent a ton more working with some of the best creators in the business. I help them optimize their marketing and double their growth year after year. Let's dive in. So why the heck aren't people buying? And it's a complicated question because it depends so much on your business and the type of business that you're running. For creators, it really is a lot towards nurture and engagement and understanding. And so there are really three main reports that you want to look at when you are looking at a why aren't my customers buying kind of thing, or why aren't people buying kind of thing. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is look at the orders that are coming in as an initial, right? So one thing we're going to want to do is look at our orders report. And this is going to give us our top line number, sales, customers, average order value, etc. But what we really want to look at is this top order sources. And we want to start looking for outliers of where are people coming in from and where are people purchasing from, right? So here we are seeing we have 250 orders coming from paid, from email, from social, etc. And then we can start to look at some of these refers as well. So we can start to see what are some of the sites that are sending people in. And this isn't going to show us necessarily what is where they're not coming from, but it is going to show where they are coming from. And if that where are they coming from doesn't match what you expect to be happening, then we have a hole in your funnel. Because if, for example, all of my sales, most of my sales are coming from paid, but I am really trying to run an organic campaign, I'm trying to get nurture to come in, it means that I'm spending a lot of money to get these leads and to get these orders when I really should be focusing on email, social, and direct. And so just looking at this data, what this tells me is that my emails themselves are not compelling enough to convert people to a customer. I'm having to pay money, whether retargeting or not, to bring in those new orders. And that's, as a creator and as a business that is built around engagement, that's really not something that I want. So let's go into knowing that. Let's go into this engagement report. So this engagement report is how are people engaging with your content? And so if we go to that email performance, we can see how many people are clicking on each of these emails and each of these campaigns, and then how many orders we're getting out of them. And I mean, it ain't bad. Like, it's a 10% lead to order or click to order, which is not the worst thing I've ever seen. But at the same time, this is a great place. I mean, we're still only looking at a modicum of orders based on our total order throughput, right? So this is really one of the issues that we're seeing, is that obviously, I don't think we're getting enough people clicking on these emails. Like, out of 3,000 engaged contacts, 7,000 total contacts, we only have 5, 4, 40, this is not a great number. So we really need to look at the open rates and the engagement rates of some of these email campaigns that we're sending out to make sure that we are getting the value out of them that we should, right? So there's one other place that we can really look at here. So right now we're really looking at how they're doing with emails and segments. We looked at the orders, and what we did see there was we saw a lot of people coming in and purchasing rather than coming in from the emails and purchasing. So one of the things that we can look at is through an acquisition report. Now, normally we would think, an acquisition report is just going to be for new leads. But in this case, we do have a lot of new leads coming through and converting to paid. And so we need to start looking at what are some of those places that are bringing in that high revenue, and what are some of those pages. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go to a last touch model. So this is going to show us the last page and the last source they were at. And see, we get that paid again right there. And so we can see the drop down. Unfortunately, it's all going to be the top page because of the demo data, but we can start to see right between this. Here's this order now in my amazing article. And these are things that the last thing they touch, of course, is order now, but we had some people last thing was this My Amazing Article was the last thing that they touched before they converted. So let's go look at some of these people. So we can go into our new leads here and we can look at them. And then we could even, if we want to pull this up a little bit more, go into these. And so right now we're looking at the new leads and stuff who did that, but let's change that to an orders report. Let's say, okay, of all the people that ordered, where are they coming from? And we see, yeah, we still got a lot of people coming. Only 5 people came in from the sales order now. We can go look at them and go look at this, and we can start to see that funnel of where people are coming from, what people are doing, and why they're not converting, and what are the holes. And really, when you're looking to optimize a sales funnel like this, what you're looking to do is find holes. You're looking to see a nurture sequence, a tagging orbit. And what you're really looking to see here is this engagement of people over time and how long it's taking them to purchase and what they're doing on that path. And so if you want, you can pull this open as a full funnel report and start to see, okay, what does it take to get them to a purchase? What pages did they view? What information did they look at, etc. And we build out that funnel here of, okay, people did this, then they did this, then they did this. And we can see exactly that funnel that they go down and how many people that takes out at each step and where those giant holes are as we're optimizing that data. I hope that helps. If you'd like to see how this works in your business with your data, you can sign up for a 14-day free trial of SegMetrics. Learn more at segmetrics.io. Thanks for watching.